Yo, Houston, Texas, what's going on? It's your boy John Ross. It's Black History Month, and I heard somebody say that you can't force creativity. I got my man here, Wayne Morris, and we're about to get into the episode. But first, I want you to follow this man on Instagram. You tweet, Wayne?
No tweet, no Twitter, no Twitter.
Okay, so just follow this man on Instagram. Where you want them to follow you at, man?
You can follow me on Facebook at Well Groomed Man. Just type in the search field, Well Groomed Man.
No doubt.
Instagram is _well_groomed_man_.
No doubt.
That's it.
Let's get into the show, man.
Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." Dear John, the iconic legend Quincy Jones said, "To know where you came from makes it easier for you to get where you're going." Sean Diddy Combs said, "Everyone has challenges and lessons to learn. We wouldn't be who we are without them." If 2018 and the last 6 years taught you something, it's that anything is attainable with the right focus and determination. Continue to build. Continue to promote your vision. Continue to inspire creativity and make more creatives. In closing, Nas said, "No idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. The first chapter of your vision's movements is done. However, you're still a visionary. Peace and blessings. John Ross."
Yo, it feel like 95, Sachi on my body, Biggie, Jigga, Puffy, all that ballin' is a hobby. And I'm wildin' in my wallies, and them valleys, no Pilates.
Houston, Texas, it's your boy, and we are back. Welcome to the What's Next podcast, a production of Still Visionary Inc. My name is John Ross Dike, and before we get started with the show, I want to say make sure that you follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at John Ross Dike and still _visionary. The website is now running rather. And make sure you get all your apparel on the website under the apparels tab, and check this episode out on the podcast tab and on SoundCloud and iTunes. But before we get into this guest we have, I want to I come to you, man, bringing gifts, man, and I like to do that, man, as a token of my company, as a token of just being somebody that doesn't come to anybody's establishment without giving some kind of gift.
Right. Much appreciated.
And that's something from my company to you, man. I appreciate you taking out the time to be on the podcast, and I appreciate you taking out giving me the opportunity to be in your space.
Okay.
But before we get started with the episode, man, I want to preface by saying this. So I was talking to my man, Phil, and Phil said to me, "I'm going to go celebrate my dad's birthday, right? And I'm going to leave Wayne in charge of JPR for a time period." I don't know if you knew that.
Right.
But he said that to me, and I took that, I internalized it, and I said, damn, well, this guy got to be important. There's got to be something about this guy that Phil would say that. And then I remember when you came through and I saw the logo when you emailed it to me, I had my own, because your bow tie I wore in my wedding. Talk to us, man, about who you are, and then we'll come into the point of you becoming the bow tie guy.
Bow tie guy. What's up, man? Wayne Willis here, founder and CEO of Well Groomed Man.
Okay.
Well Groomed Man, this is it. It's the bow tie in the box.
Okay.
It's the high fashion black tie bow tie that I established in Houston in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
It was my own wedding that triggered the look that I wanted to go for myself and my groomsmen. I was like, man, we need something special. we need something unique. So I designed it. I never took an art class a day in my life. Science was my thing, but art just wasn't my thing. So I just sat down, I started doodling, and then the bow tie was able to be something that I took off paper and I brought to life. I met a seamstress that I happened to click with from the get-go. I told her my plan. I told her my vision. I gave her some fabric. She was able to produce it. Once she produced it, we made a couple tweaks here and there, but then it became an end product that was perfect. That was my Black Duke. The Black Duke was pretty much the one that you wore for your wedding. Okay. The one that my father wore for the wedding, and also my father-in-law wore for my own wedding, but it was just a tie that was the statement setter for a Well Groomed Man. I say the branding, the boxing, everything all just fell into place, and then now I am here today, going on 3 years in 2019, reaching a new level right now for menswear. I'm pretty much going for the wedding bow tie, the prom bow tie. We're coming into prom season right now, but right now I'm just making a stamp, man, with menswear, high fashion, that to get the look, to complete the look. Anybody else that comes to me that needs more than a bow tie, of course I'm going to shoot him the field. He's my go-to guy for all my suits that you see in the office right now. Field design that. Yeah. But that's where I'm standing right now with Well Groomed Man, man.
So the bow tie is your thing. The bow tie.
The bow tie.
What's specifically about the bow tie?
It's the butterfly look. It's the size. It's the shape. I offer a self tie and I also offer pre-ties. Everybody can't tie a bow tie, but some guys, they don't want to put a bow tie on that they can't tie. Yeah. Which offered me to go into the Crawford. The Crawford is the self-tie butterfly bow tie. They can't find that anywhere. Only a Well Groomed Man. Okay?
I like when people pop their shit, man. Go ahead.
Pop that anywhere. But it's compared to the Tom Ford, but like we said, it's Black History Month, right? We want to keep this money in our Black community. Tom Ford's priced at $250. Well Groomed Man is priced at $150. Price difference. The quality's there. It's elegant. It's unique. It's Black owned. Yeah. It's a staple piece.
Of course.
It is.
Of course.
It's touched people in the NFL, the NBA, London, Africa, Italy. It's been across all over the U.S. So it's a statement piece, man. It is.
Okay. You know what, man? We didn't salute.
We didn't.
We didn't. We didn't salute. Appreciate it.
It is.
Let me also say, guys, today, like I said in the introduction of the episode, today is February the 17th, and we have 317 more days in 2019. Like I said in my first episode, I started that last year as a way to count down to attaining my goals in the year. So I know that we missed 16 prior days of Black History Month, but as long as we get and we celebrate something in Black History Month,
man.
The month is not gone to waste, man. So talk to me about before you set off to do Well Groomed Man, rather. Are you a Houston native or where you from?
I'm not a Houston native. I'm born and raised in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay.
I've been in Houston this month. Will make 6 years.
6 years.
I moved out here for employment. I'm a full-time chemist at a chemical plant in East Houston.
Okay.
And that's what got me out here. It was my love for science.
Okay.
I'm a STEM major. That was it. The science, technology, engineering, and math.
Okay.
And I always had a passion for fashion, for menswear. Suits and ties, dress shirts, dress shoes. I always, I'm a Capper, I'm a Nupe. So getting dressed is always, something we did,
I'm glad you said that, man, because I saw one of your, I think I was looking at your Instagram page one time. You said you're new. What chapter do you belong with?
New Iota, LSU, man. Baton Rouge. That's it.
Okay.
That's
so
home.
you a stateside kid when it comes to college. Okay. Continue on. All right.
Okay. All right. I've been out here 6 years. Full-time chemist, and then it was just I always had a passion for men's fashion, and I'll give credit to my wife. With my wife, she was like, "Oh, you need to go ahead and just be a stylist." I'm like, "A stylist? Like, what are you talking about? I only want to style myself, or maybe you would, but I'm not. I don't want to be a full-time stylist." And then she did kind of help spark the whole idea. I told her, about the bow tie and then the brand and everything just fell into place. Of course, she was my encourager, to really just do it. Stop talking about it and just doing it. Just go ahead and do it. I had wrote about it so much. I had a notebook, that we kept, we keep, write little things down. You wake up in the middle of the night and then eventually it was just, okay, it's time. Yeah. I got the logo. I got the presentation right now for the box. Everything is is it.
Put that in there. Let me because I had to hit Phil up, man, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but I had to hit Phil up and I was like, "Hey, man, can I get my bow tie back?" Because the box and just the setup. Right. One of my homeboys, one of my actual large brothers, yesterday we were talking. He told me, you've always been attentive to the packaging, the way you set things up. He was talking about me, but the setup about the box is really what I miss the most, man. You know, I put my cufflinks in the box, you know, the bow tie, of course, and I always, whenever I put it on, I know I'm going somewhere nice. You know, so this is the box right here, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful setup, man.
Thank you.
So continue on what you were saying.
As I was saying, you know, she gave me the encouragement. You just go ahead and do it. I had everything in line to do it. You know, I was keeping notes probably for about a year of how I wanted to do it and how it could be great and how it could be a standout piece that was not there. You know, there was nothing on the market that was like a bow tie in a box, an elegant bow tie in a box. You know, so like I said, everything was there in line. So I finally got enough push to do it. And once I did it, then the feedback started coming. I'm like, wow, the feedback is great. You know, that encouraged me more to make it better. You know, everything. When I first launched it, it was good. The feedback came and I was able to make something good, greater. You know, I was able to dot those I's a little more, cross those T's a little more better, find better fabric. You know, actually identify them and give them names. All my bow ties are named because they're all differentiated by their style. You know, the butterfly style is the Duke. The not so butterfly style is the Hamilton. You know, I have a velvet bow tie that's all velvet that I call the Roosevelt. You know, the Roosevelt velvet. There's a more velvet bow tie that also has a satin center notch. That's the Seymour. The self-tie butterfly is called the Crawford. You know, just to give everything its own unique name so that I can know what each client is referencing. Oh, the bow tie that looks like this. You know, so that way it helps me with the build to kind of keep things in order, organized, well boxed, you know. So I had fun with it. You know, that way I could make it my own. You know, once I could name everything and design everything, it's my own. And it was a more personal effect that I was able to share with everyone, man. I say it's been fun. I've been meeting people like Phil, people like yourself all over the world, and it's been great. You know, it's great.
So tell me, how much does being a Nupe contribute to the whole design of the bow tie, the whole everything? How much does being a Nupe part of that organization? You guys have your cliche statement that you guys are pretty boys and all that. How much of that plays into?
I mean, it played a huge role in it because even in college, you know, that was a big enhancement with dressing up. You know, even before I pledged and then more so after I pledged, you can always see Wayne with a suit on. You can always see Wayne with a bow tie on, especially after he crossed. You know, it's nothing to see me, or it's nothing for me to get dressed up. You know, so by me getting dressed up, I was learning, you know, the language of men's fashion, you know, different dress shirts and different ties, you know, the different tie knot styles, the Windsor knot, the double Windsor knot, you know, the suit style, single breast, double breast, tuxedo, you know, lapels and all of that. So by me being a Nupe and me always wanting to be the best dressed Nupe, I was able to educate myself on what to wear, what not to wear, what looks good, what looks best, what's good for this occasion, what's not so good for that occasion. But all that has steered into me now being able to talk people through their consultations, what they want to wear. Where is your wedding? Is it outside? Is it in the morning? Is it out? Is it a black tie wedding? You know, just to kind of just add my personal appeal to where it's comfortable because it flows. The wisdom is there because I've been doing this for so long, but now I'm able to do it on the side of business. So I say it's great, man. It's great. It's fun. It is.
So did that come into factor when Phil was telling you about my wedding, or how did you know to give me that specific bow tie, the one I wore on my wedding? How did you know?
Phil showed me your jacket that you were wearing. I really like to pair my bow ties up for tuxedos based off the lapel that you're going to wear on your tuxedo. If it's a shawl lapel, I'm going to highly recommend the Duke bow tie. And I think you also wanted to go with the more satin feel for your bow tie and your lapel. Another thing I always use, I want to see what shoes you're wearing. Are you wearing a velvet loafer? Are you wearing, a velvet slipper? Or are you just wearing a standard tuxedo shoe? I believe you're wearing like a patent leather tuxedo shoe.
Calvin Klein.
It works best to just keep everything in line. And then when you give a nice, signature look with the custom bow tie, everything looks great. So it just flowed better.
Okay. What song's on your mind right now?
What's on my mind right now? Man, I've been listening to Drake right now. This 10-year anniversary just dropped, and it feels like a brand new CD, So it's like, just
So what specific song on that album?
Man, little bit.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just the groove. It's just the beat. You know, I love music, man. I do.
And you know, talking to you now, the songs on my mind is Nas, You Know My Style.
Okay.
And I was listening to the Black album in preparation for this episode on the way up here, and I'm gonna go with Public Service Announcement because I feel that something you said earlier, and I can't quite remember it because I was so fixated into the conversation. You said I'm showing, I'm feeling now, and you lined everything up. So I'm gonna go Public Service Announcement, and You Know My Style because of, you know, since I've met you, and even walking into your house, everything is just so like organized, neat, you know, explicit, detailed, organized. I mean, I'm looking around here, man. I'm like, man, I couldn't have had you come to my house and do the podcast.
Cut it out.
And do the podcast at my crib, man. So, I don't know if we cover this, but so the podcast for me, man, is it became an outlet for me to talk to the creatives.
Okay.
A creative as myself and me hearing around the way, just listening to different podcasts, creativity, you can't force. Mm-hmm. It has to be organic. Why did you choose? And if you've said this, forgive me, say it again for me, because you know, again, you know, it's been so long. Sometimes when I get behind the mic and I'm talking on the podcast, I get kind of excited and lose my thought of the conversation. But what's the difference to you between a regular tie and a bow tie? Why the bow tie?
Why the bow tie? Man, great question. The bow tie, it just stands out. My go-to label bow ties are black tie. You know, so black tie pretty much calls for a bow tie. A black tie bow tie, which is more so black satin or black velvet. I just recently launched more casual bow ties, you know, offer more stripes pattern. But a bow tie just adds more appeal to your menswear on the level of sophistication. Now, ties are great. You know, just regular neckties, business, casual. You know, they're fine. They're normal. But a bow tie is a little bit more, I'm raising the bar, whether it's business, casual, or formal. If I decide to throw in a bow tie, whether it's a self-tie or even my pre-tie for a wedding or a gala, again, it's a matter of elegance. You know, it's a matter of style. Like this is an important event. You know, I'm about to get married or whatnot. You know, I'm not.
For sure.
This is it. This is a big moment. You watch the Grammys.
Yeah.
You know, the Emmys. These guys. It's that type of an occasion when I'm throwing a bow tie versus a regular necktie. You know, so I wanted that upper echelon look. You know, I'm gonna go for a bow tie. But 2019, I will launch a handmade and custom made neckties. So they're coming. It's coming. It's on the calendar.
Okay. Where do you your vision with the tie? What do you envision yourself next year, the year after, 5 years from now, with Well Groomed Man?
5 years from now, I will have my own store.
Okay.
I see that. Houston, inner city.
Okay.
The store will be full menswear.
Okay.
The bow tie was just an icebreaker, you know, to get out there and to plant a seed, to get the name out there, Well Groomed Man. But the store will have everything. Like I said, this year I will unfold neckties. I also, probably by the end of the year, I will unfold certain jackets, tuxedo jackets. They all will be named, they all will be styled by category. Single breast, double breast. And I'll lean more toward, you know, the color black for right now. Just take my time with it. You know, I'm not in any rush.
For sure.
But I definitely want to keep it signature. But like you said, in 5 years, I should have a storefront by then. Keep it elite. Start in Houston. Maybe from Houston, go back home, go to Louisiana. Go from there, go to Atlanta. Atlanta's great, you know, for the market, for us. Chicago, New York.
Yeah. L.A.
Jersey, L.A. You know, but from there, you know, it's time. It's going to grow.
So, what question did I want to ask you, man? Because the bow tie, I remember the first time I learned to tie a bow tie myself. When did you first learn to tie a bow tie?
I was in college, probably about 19.
Did you watch a video for it, or did you just doodle with it by yourself?
Man, me and my roommate, man, we just kind of was, you know, doodling. Like, oh, all right, we got it. And that was it. You know, but Just doodling. I never did YouTube wasn't really big back then. You know, you couldn't really just outsource videos like that. But we pretty much figured it out. Yeah.
You said you're a chemist.
I'm a chemist.
What are the parallels between being a chemist and being the bow tie guy?
Being a bow tie guy and a chemist, man. With fashion and design, like for myself, you know, when I'm putting certain things together, you know, it just has to organically look good. Okay. You know, I'm not a real big flashy guy. You know, but some of my clients, they are, you know, which is no problem. But when it comes to me finding what I want to wear, the organics behind it all has to fit. It needs to complement each other, from my shirt to my tie to my jacket to my pants to my shoes. You know, knowing how much to add, you know, I may need to add a little more wider collar. You know, I may need to add a little more flavor, you know, with my bow tie. I don't want to do just solid. Let me add some polka dot here in my pockets. But, you know, so the chemistry behind it all is, you know, just the organics of how does it look? Is it too loud? Is the reaction? It's a good reaction. You know, it's subtle. I'm not doing too much. You know, everything flows. You know, it looks really good. So the chemistry behind it all is, even with the fabric, you know, I'm a real big, I need to feel fabric before I can just, you know, put it on. When I go see Phil, let me put my hands on this fabric. You know, that's the chemistry. You know, even the bow ties, you know, like I can't just use any fabric. The fabric can't come from Joann's. I love Joann's, not knocking Joann's, but the fabric for my Crawford, it took me a year to find that fabric because of the chemistry had to be right, because you're tying it. You know, it can't be too stiff. It can't be too loose. The chemistry has to be perfect for that tie to organically hold itself in the perfect form, you know, of that butterfly, you know, because you're tying it, you know, you can't be crooked. None of my bow ties, you're not going to see them crooked.
They're not.
You know,
that's the one thing I like about it.
That's
for
the chemistry,
sure.
dude. Like, that was the chemistry behind it all. Just, okay, that ain't going to work. Throw that out.
Okay.
That ain't going to work. You know, I got to touch it. You know, I'm talking to Mills in Italy. Can you send me some fabric so I can put my hands on it? Yeah. You know, so that was the chemistry behind it all. It had to feel great. You know, the carbons, the quality, all of it had to be great. The silks, you know, that's the chemistry.
So why didn't you ever like partner with somebody outside of your wife? Why didn't you ever like? Did you always want to be solo, or did you ever have the opportunity to partner with somebody? Or
good question, man.
How did that come about?
I wanted to do something for myself. I wanted to do it. I wanted to make it mine. You know, even in the past, I've always talked to colleagues. Hey, man, we should go into business and do that. Did it out here crickets. You know what? I don't have time. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, so I got full control over everything. Facts. I don't have to wait on you to get up. I don't have to. No, I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna be proactive. Facts. And if I don't get something done, it's on me. Yeah. You know, so I was able to kind of just, like I said, play my way. Encourage myself. Okay, Wayne, let's do this. By April, let's do this. By June, let's do this. Do that. Here, shoot this guy some ties. If it works, it works. If they wear it, it wear it. If they don't, it don't. Next, I'll make it back up next week. Somebody's gonna buy some ties. You know. So I'm a risk taker too, man. You know. So just kind of just having a business mindset with not really being a true business. Yeah. Man, I'm a chemist. I'm a scientist, man. I am just by trade. You know, so just by me having those tools and put everything together, I was my sole, you know, reliability factor. You know, so good question though.
So you said that how long has Well Groomed Man been?
It'll be 3 years this year.
3 years this year. June. 3 years this year. Okay.
Yep.
Any obstacles that you had to face?
Yeah, plenty of obstacles, man. You know, with social media, I can only reach so many. You know, with the logarithm they have going on and the posts not being seen, and you know, I'm only one man. I'm in Houston. Houston's a great city internationally, but I want to reach people all over. I want to reach people in the small cities and people also in your large cities. You know, I want to go to Vegas. I want to do trade shows. I want to do this. I want to do fashion shows in LA. I want to do fashion shows in Chicago. I want to do fashion week in New York. I can only do so much being a one-man team. I'm married. I'm a full-time chemist. I have 2 sons. You know, I'm busy. Now, a team, of course, will do great work up the road. You know, but those are obstacles that's the number one obstacle I think I face. You know, just getting the brand out there enough. Yeah. To keep things really growing and moving forward. Also, just trying to reach, I guess, a more versatile, a more diverse audience. I don't want just black people wearing the tie. You know, I don't. Yeah. I want whites, Asians, Latinos, everybody. You know, I want this tie to be well sought you know, all over the world, you know, so that everybody can have a taste of Well Groomed Man. Yeah. So that's a challenge as well. Just keeping up with fashion, because fashion, you know, tends to change a lot, but just keeping up. You know, that's the thing. I don't want to be in this box, you know, so.
Yeah. So what we like to do here at the What's Next podcast is pose this question. A little bit about myself, man. I did a podcast before. Okay. And as a creative, and I know that you face this a lot too, you're always constantly thinking about, okay, now that you've got this one done, and it might not necessarily be, let me say this before I finish. I'm always looking for my Illmatic, for my So Far Gone, right? And so as a creative, my mind will be set on one idea, and then as soon as I get that ready and I'm ready to go with that one, the next one. I'm always worried about the next one. So in thinking about that and moving on to this next this current podcast, I named it What's Next. So my question to you is, what's next for Well Groomed Man?
What's next, man? As I did mention, the neckties are next.
Okay.
You know, right now I'm dealing with mills in Italy. I just got some fabric last week. Perfect.
Okay.
Blew my mind. It's exactly what I was looking for. You know, so now it's just, you know, getting the money and the funds together, shipping it over there. They can ship it back. And then also just designing the template for the tie. I need to sit down and actually draw. I want a 7-fold, you know, high quality men's necktie. You know, so then from there, you know, that'll stem Well Groomed Man, neckties, lunch. I should have that done by, I'll say June. You know, we're getting ready. It'll be summertime, you know, neckties for the season. Okay. Like I said, steering from that, I'll go into a tuxedo jacket. Okay. You know, so by the end of the year, we'll be making some great progress, you know, around here to kind of keep things, you know, growing. Yeah. Definitely want to grow.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you hosting me, man. I appreciate you getting on the podcast, man. Houston, Texas, man. That's it. Peace and blessings.
Yo, it feel like 95, Sachi on my body, Biggie, jigger, puffy, all that ballin' is a hobby. And I'm wildin' in my wallies, and them valleys, no Pilates. More weight get you more wet, nah that's these Spumante. My crystal ball, I see crystal, I crystal y'all with that. I saw the sign like Ace of Spades, that Ace of Spades get cracked me like cheers to the money guys, the Willie niggas who buy them bottles, and then they spill these liquors. Yo, salute my dude. I see you, dawg. 5 bottles, 1 dick. Why I need 2 bras? I know I'm out of line, but love is shower time. You know it rose rain when your cloud is 9. Get off that high ass hussy. This a private party. Been on my dick too long. Your breath on private party. You gon' be nice or naughty. These walls on priceless Audi. This the upper crust. Fuck is up. Over and done.